Hello YouTube, and I'm the Furniture Detective, and on this video we're going to talk about furniture the way it was made here in America and now how it's made overseas. Before the 1970s, most furniture was made here in the United States, and it was made of solid wood, no particle board, no fiber board. And after the 70s they started making it with particle board and other woods. And we'll get into that here in a few minutes. But the way antique furniture was made and used furniture now, furniture before the 1970s was made, it was made up like this piece of furniture here, where it's veneer over solid wood in this top. Like these two boards, they would glue pieces of wood together to make up this top, and then they'd put a piece of veneer over top of it. So you had all good solid wood. Then they could cut these profiles around the edges or whatever they wanted to do. And that's a good way of doing it. Veneer, there's nothing wrong with veneer. Veneer is a good technique. It has its pluses, and solid wood has its pluses. Sometimes they'd make them out of solid wood. Like this table behind us. But you will see those pieces of wood glued together. With veneers, they'd have a sheet as wide as this top. There'd be no glue seams. It'd be all one solid sheet. Be a lot better quality as far as the look of it and everything. Okay, now the way they make it, furniture. First off, most of it's made over in China, Indonesia, Vietnam, places like that. And the way they make it now, first off, what they use, they don't use cherry no more, they don't use oak no more, they don't use maple anymore, old woods that we had right here in the United States. They use wood that they have over there. And what they have over there is rainforest wood. And they stain it to make it look like cherry, walnut, or whatever color they want, because the wood they use has no natural color to it. So what they do now is they put the veneer on top of the particle board, and then they cover the edge with another piece of veneer around here like this to hide that particle board. But the only thing about that is you get a square edge. You don't get a profile like this is. This is a profile. So to be able to do that, what they do is they frame particle board. They put wood all the way around it, and then they glue a piece of veneer over top of it. The particle board is still inside there, but now they have a wooden edge that they can take and cut a profile like this. Because the particle board's back in here and their solid wood's out here. This is another way they do it. They frame it this way. They put the veneer back in here. Where I was showing you there, they'd bring the veneer out like this. So now they framed it like this. There's still particle board inside here, but it's framed inside here. So you say, well, what's the big deal? It's just particle board inside there. Well, particle board has one big problem. So on your kitchen table, on your end table, on your nightstand, if you set a glass on it or set something like a hot coffee cup on it, moisture or steam will go down inside this veneer, down in through that veneer that's on here into that particle board. And what's particle board do when it gets wet? It starts swelling. So if you have a piece of furniture at home, it has swelled up bumps on it or swelled up areas on it, like a nightstand or an end table or your kitchen table, it's because there's particle board under it. So the best thing, what you want to try to find is their wood is still cheap enough over there, rainforest wood. They can make solid wood, solid tops. So if you go to the store or you go to the furniture store, what you want to look for is pieces for like kitchen tables, end tables, coffee tables, nightstands. You want to look for something that has a solid wood top. Then it won't do like particle board. And what you need to look for is those glue joints. You want to look for anything framed like this, it's going to have that problem. If the veneer is framed over top of it to where you can't see this, then what you want to look for is it will be like this. And what you will see, if there's a profile cut in it, you'll see a line right here, and that glue line, and you'll see an end grain here, and you won't see no end grain there. If it's all solid wood, you will see all end grains. You won't see side grains like that. So if it's framed, just remember you will see a little bit of an end grain right here on the end, and the rest of it you won't see any end grain. So that means it's framed, and that particle board is inside there. So that's the way they do it. They didn't do that back in older furniture. They didn't use particle board, so you didn't have to worry about that. Okay, the last way we need to talk about the way they hide the particle board that's inside the top and the sides of the piece of furniture. Instead of wrapping it with wood and then put the ply or the veneer over top of that and then making a nice profile along the edge, they just put the veneer over the top of the particle board just like the other way, but they fill the grain or fill the pores of the particle board and then paint the edge, and then they stain it, shade it, and do different techniques to it to make it look, to make that edge look like solid wood. So all that is a painted on finish. You'll hear me say that a lot. That's a painted on finish right along that edge. And what I mean by that is they painted this edge of that particle board with a real light yellowish brown color, and then they put stains and glazes over top of it to make it look like wood. That's the cheapest way you can do it, probably, and that's the way they're doing it a lot. And you may wonder, what's wrong with that? But first off, you're buying particle board, you're buying a fake edge, and that's not what I call good quality furniture. But somewhere along the line, your piece of furniture is going to get nicked. And what's that look like? What's that look like? That's all white nicks. That's that first coat of paint I was telling you about that they put on there. That's not wood underneath there, that's paint. And that's what will show up. So now that all the furniture is made over in China or Vietnam or Indonesia, companies used to make it, name brand companies used to make all their furniture over here. I can't name brands, but you remember all your old name brand furnitures that you used to like to buy. Well, now what they do is, this is a little secret, is they don't make any of it anymore. They make it over in China. These name brands that you're familiar with, that you used to buy for your furniture, they just put their name on it. When it comes over here, then it has their name on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go undercover in this store, and we're going to show you some things you need to, some examples of what we talked about. So we'll see you at the store.